We are here. It is time. Better late than never. It is in fact time for some FACEIT League. We got Veltto taking on Eryon here today. Yeah, that should be a good one. We're down to top 3 here in EMEA Expert. Here, let me get your bracket set up for you. So FACEIT League Expert bracket here. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull that bad boy up. I said let's pull that bad boy up. Thank you very much. We are in lower bracket finals. That's currently under my head, isn't it? There we go. Your top 4 have been promoted. So Super Saiyan, Veltto, Eryon, and Good Guys will move up into Master Division for Season 5. But we still have a champion to crown. Super Shy are able to win that upper bracket finals 3-1 over Veltto. Looked very, very clean. Looked very disciplined. Veltto notoriously, doesn't really scrim, doesn't really practice. Just a group of friends and power friendship and just some raw mechanics have carried them all the way into this top 3. Eryon did not have to earn this 3-0 for Good Guys. Unfortunately for Good Guys, after finally getting to unlock their full potential and play their Wrecking Ball comps and coming out looking good, they take Super Shy to 5. They also go 5 maps against Pytel as well, but end up not being able to field a roster there on Monday, unfortunately. So just end up kind of having to bow out, but not before not before they earn their spot there in Master Division. And then that's kind of how these top 4 have shaped up. Who would have thought at the beginning of the year, right, that Veltto would end up 14-2? Now, I know we had eyes. I don't know. Super Shy was an expected favorite. Looked good going in. Obviously, have made it all the way to the grand finals without taking a loss. Have been downright flawless this season. But I'm not sure anybody expected Veltto to come up as your second place squad. Good Guys, Meme Drawn, fairly expected. New coming in, these were going to be strong rosters. Good Guys got a little hampered by the rule set of Season 4 here. That won't be the case for Season 5. And Quack really showing up. Quack really showing up in a big way this season. Kind of rounding out your top 5 from regular season. Really cool to watch EMEA really start to grow again. I think there's a bright future for EMEA. There's a lot of just wicked good talent coming out of this region right now, y'all. Very impressed. Very impressed. Lijiang Tower randomly chosen. Veltto will start on the right-hand side. Let me go ahead and get that fixed up for you. Yukin's known for playing an absolutely a lot of Queen. Plays a damn good Ramatra as well. Okay, should I'm saying it, 2 Veltto. I know, 2 Veltto for socials, 2 Veltto for a logo, 2 Veltto for any color. Like, just white, gray, default Overwatch logo. Show up and do your thing. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Let's see, far ban coming through from Veltto to start. So they do get that initial ban. Ooh, Ramatra ban coming through from Eryon. Eryon come in as your 8 and 8 seed. Right? Like, they went perfect 500 in regular season. So, one would think that the 14-2 Veltto would be the favorites on paper coming into this. But Eryon have already upset so many people on the way in this, including a 3-0 over Meve Drawn and a 3-0 over Quack as well. So, Lucky Cat were one of the few people that have been able to take a map off of this team. Which Lucky Cat took Super Shy to 5. So, don't sleep on that Lucky Cat squad. Get sent to the lower bracket in very first match. They get beat by Vipera. And then have run it back ever since, only dropping 1 map in 5 series through the lower bracket. So an insane Cinderella run out of Eryon, out of the 8 and 8 Eryon to make it into top 3. It feels like Eryon are playing with house money here. Veltto, it's funny to call Veltto the expected favorites, right? The self-admitted lazy squad that doesn't really practice much. Hard to imagine them as the favorites going in, but lo and behold, that's where we stand. These 2 teams did not meet in regular season. This is the first time these 2 teams have played. Interesting. All right. Looks like we're starting off on night market. Let's get ready to get into your lower bracket finals. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of my ugly mug. Let's get to some matches. Let's get to some maps. Gowan slash Starwakes in the Sojourn. Definitely a very, very dangerous player. You're going to have to respect this Sojourn at all times. Yukich and company coming out with the Lucio carry, Junker Queen comp. Kind of the decision was made with the Ramantra ban from Eryon at the top of, before this map. So usually some early charge on the Zarya and has got Yukich low. Will leverage that charge into a first pick. Eryon sneaks out the window. Enough damage to finish off Reich. So far, so good. Looks to be a flawless first fight. Even able to deny first cap, getting onto the point just in time to contest that early cap. Yes, of course you're on a delay. I'm absolutely reading chat, but you're on a 2-minute delay. Yukich into the Ryan, decides Junker Queen into Zarya is, just pain. Not wrong. Ooh, Yukich just took way too much damage before the Zarya engage happened. So, I mean, traditionally a ride into Zarya is, good for the ride. But you gotta get on top of the Zarya start so we can make sure you get that extra damage in. Really leverage the low health pool of the Zarya. Second lowest health pool of any tank. Second only to the Junker Queen, actually. Veil into a Venture. Double support all available. Lucio with a significant advantage on the sound barrier. About 10% on this. They want to go ahead and drop it in. Barry Allen. Oh, get shut down by Reinch. Now we got some momentum here from Veltto as Yukich goes swinging onto that Zarya, and that's how you handle a high charge Zarya right there. Reinch and Yukich with a double support hold to back him up. Able to muscle through the bubbles in that high charge beam. Now Grav and sound barrier ready to go. Really nice shutdown from Reinch on the previous fight onto the blade. And this overclock could help shut down the incoming ult combo. Trying to loop around, eyes on Rexer. Rexer at half health, the grab turning from Suji. Immediately finds both supports inside that grab. The overclock is going to be tossed into this 3v5 from Reinch. Rexer caught up in the corner, is able to skirt up the corner and out to safety. Meanwhile, Grahalis finds himself on the business into the railgun, but there's not enough reinforcements left here for Eryon. 76% on the board, and they've been able to hold on to this sound barrier through that fight as well. Suzu to get Yukich out of harm's way of that OC, not take any more damage than they absolutely have to. Yukich pins in, looking for a place to throw down the hammer. Get the sound barrier out from Rexer early in this fight. Oh, but Veil drops. Could have been a good start there for Veltto. But Grahalis gets that first pick. The Shatter ends up going right into the bubble of Shiuji. Lucio comes in with a pair of kills. Actually gets 3. Okay, Lucio saving the day on the Lucio. That was close. That is Veltto's Kitsune thrown into this first. Grahalis holds on to theirs, and good Eryon just with a quick little disengage. Ooh, let's go put some Barry Allen. Where do you find that pick? How does Barry Allen get stuck outside? Either that or just some long-range Cheerios. There's the rush. Retaliation out of Veil, trying to hold coastal side. Forced to burrow and back up to the objective. Barry Allen not able to pull out the blade. I don't know if they got back into the fight in time to pull that out. Lucio's going to throw in the sound barrier, and here comes Veltto back onto the point. Barry has returned with the blade in hand. The Berry Blade, you can chop through. Nice finish on the Reinsch as well. This 99-99 fight will get flipped. Eryon in control of the objective, so Yuji with a grab to close this out, and Gallo with a kill on to Lucio towards the end of the map. Grab will immediately lock down Vale. Yukich goes back to a ball. We did get a touch from Ghostic, keeping the yellow bar going. Yukich gets a lot of adaptive shielding, but in an instant, all that green health is gone. As is that overtime bar.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
Is Doomfist lower than Zarya as well? Oh, that's a good shout, Power. Actually good shout. I thought Doomfist was the same. Actually, Doomfist may be 525 as well, same as JQ, now that you mention it. Because, yeah, Zarya's 550 and JQ's 525. Now that you mention it, actually, I think Doom may be 525 as well. That's a good call, Power. Good call. Now I want to go double check. Sticking with the Reinhardt, first fight will go to Veltto. And a very important first fight with Ryan composition. Our control center. Ryan May at that. Now Barry Allen's able to push through, and because that fight was so fast, the Veltto has to kind of stay back and get capped. They're not able to put a chokehold up here. Keep an eye on Barry Allen trying to play the flick. No, gets run down. Lucio and Ryan able to chase them off. How about some Yukich pause? Great wall, but double bubble available there for Shijiji. They have to pop both those cooldowns, but they're able to get out. They get a ton of charge on the back of it, too. Now it's Eryon's turn to go. They're close to a Kitsune rush. They're able to pop Lucio out of the backline. This is going to prevent a lot of the treat. Yukich and the rest of Veltto are just going to have to force to fight this out on the point, down a player. They do not have the speed to do otherwise. They do have the reinforcements of this orbital ray, though. Some excellent sustain through the mix of this. Kitsune Rush, throw it on to Shiji. Kitsune Rush and Zarya is just such a nasty combo. The grab built up. The Deadeye will not get popped. At least the trigger won't get pulled. And Shiji with just infinite bubbles and double tick rate is going to melt through the entirety of this Eryon squad. Oh, excuse me. Of this Veltto squad. Sound barrier from Veltto, 75% on the board. They're running into 3 ults on the other side. Very on, that's beautiful. Ooh, hits Vale, who's able to cryo freeze and avoid the damage. Everybody else gets out of there. Everybody looks so bunched up, that could have been nasty. As it stands, Vale still alive and shooting icicles towards Barry Allen's direction. Coming back onto point to throw the blizzard down towards Coast side. Sound barrier from Rexer to help keep everybody alive up there. The wall will prevent heals to Galwin, though. He's popped an OC and dropped down low. Dropping to the low ground may not have been ideal. I think it was trying to prevent the cap, if I saw that correctly. Ends up being a trade. 3v3 on the point? Maybe a 3v2. Yeah, Shiyuchi just now coming back. Doomfist is 525. Okay. If you hadn't have, I was going to go into the practice range in between maps, genuinely. Whee! Actually get hits with the shield bash. There you go. You got a shield bash kill. I don't know that. I've seen one of those. Well, that would have been a juicy shatter. There it is. Yukich was kicking themselves for not throwing it a split second sooner, but they're still able to line up the 2-piece. Point cleaned off. We're headed over to Gardens to figure out who takes Lijiang. My point still stands, though. Zarya has a very low health pool. And Doomfist and Junker Queen both have ways of generating sustain in the mid-fight, constantly generating, effective health. Zarya does not. Obviously, Zarya has bubbles, but she does not generate health during the fight. So I would honestly say that Zarya may be the easiest to burn down. Of course, you do have to play around those cooldowns, but you have to play around the cooldowns of JQ and Doom as well. I think those things still apply. So my original point of Zarya having a very low health pool is still applicable, even though she's the third lowest, not the second lowest like I originally said. But I think the strategy is still sound there, right, y'all? The flash lands from Reich, and the shots land from Reich. Oh, Barry Allen, a sad ragdoll on the other side of the point. A very quick fight coming in through Veltto. Grawl, a silent carry. Can't argue with that. Ropo, let's keep a sharper eye on that. I think that's a good shout. That's a good shout. You know, I mentioned Yukich has the Ram and the JQ as kind of the two heroes we typically see. Didn't think about the Orisa. Definitely one we've seen before. It may have been a little while. It may have been since, what, Gambit? Since we've seen the Orisa. At least on stream. You know, I'm not privy to every scrim or anything. Or even every match, for that matter. Shinichi trying to work around White Rune's side. Looks like the supports are still trying to poke him. Well, the double flankers. Team flank. Still trying to find entrance. They will get thwarted, as we see. Shinichi slowly but surely making their way onto the point, though. Was at least bold enough to try to walk up to Pillar, but the Deadeye will send him packing. Ryan's is able to find Gowan with said Deadeye. Growl is close to this Kitsune. And they've been able to find one pick onto Reich. 3v4. With the Kitsune going to go ahead and get tossed in. Suji, that's double supportals to contend with. The Suzu to try to get him out, but they can't get around the corner in time. Good run down. Keeping Veltto in control of this point. 73% got it. We're looking at one last attempt here. Although with double supports thrown in, double support ultimates, that is, thrown into that previous fight. Could be a good opportunity here for a grab sound barrier combo. Maybe even just the grab. Oh, you don't need to be losing your Sojourn that early, though. That's disastrous. What a right click out of Veil. Now this is going to make things way more uncomfortable. Veil will get melted, trying to over-aggress. I believe we saw Rexer on the other side to get this touch. No, Rexer's on the bridge. It was... Oh! You can't just take Shuji and Growls down to the pit with him in the Terra Surge. That is one way to close out a map. Unreal. Yeah, Zarya has no armor as well. Yeah, that's why I didn't count Ramattra, because Ramattra has Nemesis form. Ramattra, like, gets more health. Like, Ramattra has more health when in Nemesis form. I believe that was a boop! I think that was a boop! That was amazing. I think Rexer, tried to boop Yukich off, and then Yukich just hits Terra Surge while they're on the way down and takes two with them. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, Eryon will get map pick here for map number 2. We're going to Suravasa. Oh, background music. Once we get Eryon's ban in, we'll go take a look at some stats. I was curious exactly what Ramatra's health pool was. So that's why you're hearing stuff in the background. So you're looking at... this is showing... Okay. This is showing, like, not one tank rolls. But you do get like 300 health for Nemesis. Anyway. All right, I still have not voted out a hero. You got 1 second. What are we doing? Okay, it's the Orisa band coming through from Eryon. We're also going to get a side swap. You can see Eryon starting off as our first attacker. They'll be in the red outlines. Take a look at some stats from map 1. Who do we think had most damage? Who do you think had most damage in map 1? Was it Yukich? Was it Reich? Perhaps, you know, perhaps it was Shuyuji and the Zarya. Zarya was doing a ton of damage. Honestly, it probably was the Zarya. Let's go take a look. It was, in fact, the Zarya. 14k damage, nearly 15k, 22 and 7. Almost had most elims on the Zarya as well. 23 there for Reich. Very close. You can, I mean, looking at deaths, very, very close in team fights. And that was certainly reflected. That was certainly reflected in how close that Lijiang Tower felt. Who's sitting? Wait, what just happened? That's weird. Like it went. There it is. Like this just wasn't. Wait, now it's still showing Lijiang. Okay. I'll figure this out. Oh, okay. It was a Juno ban. Fortunately, we caught that Orisa ban early. So Eryon banned out the Orisa. This is still showing map 1 bans. Juno was banned out of Veltto here for map 2.
Five, four, three, two, one. Initial flashpoint. Mark
Ah! Meant to go on the inside of the pillar, sorry. Okay, early positioning picked up from Yukich and Veltto. And this is going to allow Wrench this beautiful angle, shooting down on the stairs, making it very difficult for Shuyuji and Eryon to try to push. You see Shuyuji taking just a ton of damage. Just forced to drop off. Now, Barry Allen tried to sneak in with a bubble. Has to pop the deflect to get out, but did have those cooldowns available. Does get back safely. The first cap in possession of Veltto here. They're building percentage. All right, so Barry Allen and we're going to get Shujichi pushing in simultaneously this time. Get a lot of damage down onto Yukich, but just that added little bit of sustain of that Nemesis form of the Ramacho, like we were talking about. Able to outlast the Zarya, good focus fire onto the tank, and a thorough fight win here from Veltto. Yeah, power. I knew. I was just going to test how much additional it was. Yeah, I mean it's 300 armor is a ton. That's 300 armor. Speaking of, you can just gonna pop that Nemesis form, run all 800 of that health right at Shujichi. Shujichi is surrounded, has just players on all sides of them. We do get a touch. We're actually going to pop the Deadeye, trying to prevent anybody else from getting on to this point. Vale holding down the objective, dancing around, chasing Barry Allen at the top. Shujichi moves on to the point. Able to bubble up and find a pair with a little help from Galwin. Dropping the 5-1-2. Austin, Texas area code. I don't know what it means, Cesaria, but that's Austin, Texas area code. I know, it's an American thing, I'm sorry. Ooh, one dink on the Galwin's dome. Not enough to stop the Deadeye. Certainly not with a bubble coming in. Runs in trouble. Eats a shot and a flash. Bang. Stuck on the corner. Grab throw under the point. So Yuji. Ooh, not able to capitalize. Good sound barrier in. Now Veil's going to pile on a blade on top of that. Rexer builds up the sound barrier. Able to get forward with it there at the tail end of the beat. Barry Allen also pulling off the katana, and it looks like the Utica is just surrounded by red jerseys at the moment. Will eventually get melted down despite all of the damage mitigation of the block. What a swing back here from Eryon. Gone from 99-0 to taking market.
Next, flashpoint, temple.
Little bit of sustain. Yeah, a little bit of sustained power. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, Growlers. Oh, gives their life to get the road paved. Here for Eryon to try to take this first point, but uh-oh, there's a blue fox coming in the other direction. Right stuck on the outside, and here comes the peel. Ghost Stick and Yukid showing up to help protect their cast. First cap once again will go to Veltto. Little bit of sustain. Just a little bit. Just a tiny smidge of extra sustain. Very caught on the outside. She's looking to engage here. On the outside, once again. One of these times, I'll get that phrase out of my vocabulary. All right. Barry Allen and Rex are coming to challenge this flank high ground. Barry Allen with the climb up and the bubble. Dangerous dash through. Both cooldown juice is to get in and out, trying to build up towards the rest of that blade. Is ahead of Veil in that regard by around 15%. Need to catch up at this sound barrier, though. Before they can really push on to the point. Gowan trying to open up some space. Sends all of Veltto into various corners of this point. Now both Deadeyes out. Here comes both teams out of hiding. Graviton Surge thrown in, blocked by the sound barrier. Still, Gowan's able to pick up one through that. Blade coming in from Barry Allen. Finds Lucio. Dash through at the end. Nice clean up. You get the sound barrier out with the Graviton Surge. Once that's faded, it's easy pickings there for Barry Allen. Early kill onto Veil means you do not see the return Katana come back. You do not get the Dragon Blade. But a very conservative Veltto are now coming back with a lot of ultimates. You had all five spent from Eryon in that previous fight, where Galwan did open with the Deadeye, although it was 2/3 of the way to another one. Not going to be able to get any more anytime soon, though, with that early pick. This is looking like a quick flip here for Veltto, and would just be a tied game on Suravasa. No ultimates to try to fight back in this 3v5. There's the point.
Next, flashpoint, ruins.
Going a great spawn for Veltto. They just got to back right on up. And once again, gotta touch on this economy out of Veltto. They've been very conservative with it. They don't spend anything in that previous fight. They're able to just win it with a couple of opening picks. And they're staying very conservative through here. They allow Growlithe to throw in the first ultimate. Growlithe 1. Veil with the slice through. Gets the final blow. Raj playing just right down Main Street. In the opposition's Kitsune Rush. Comes up with a pair of kills through that fight as well. And just the one Dragon Blade invested from Veltto. Such a good job of just winning this out in the neutral. So, Kitsune Rush just used to win that one fight. But, Grab and Blade now available. Rex are getting closer to the sound barrier as well. With only 25% to give, Eryon can't play this too slow. In fact, they are running right in. They're not playing slow at all. Sound barrier makes it out from Lucio. Oh, and Barry Allen won't get a chance to use the blade. The glass cannon that is Shuichi just gets pummeled into dust. Ground up like some sort of alchemist ingredient. Mortar and pestle, nothing left. Oh, Veil is valet? A valet? Or is it valet? I appreciate you letting me know. I appreciate you letting me know. I'm sorry for very much texifying that pronunciation. No, definitely appreciate you letting me know. Is it 1 for valet? What was the other one I said? Valet? It's a fight win for Eryon. That's what it is. That's what it is. Valet? Yeah, I think I was it valet or valet? So 1 for Val, like Valerie, or Veil, a, like, you know, like a woman's veil. Like I was originally saying it, with A on the end of it. Rotation here from you, Kitchen Veltto. I don't know. We'll screenshot the lock in here momentarily. Kitsune Rush, throw it in. A anticipated conservative approach at this point. Now the Annihilation and Veli with the blade on top. That doesn't seem right. It has to be valet. Like an valet? Maybe it's valet. Because if it's using the E pronunciation when you say the E, that means it's more Spanish, right? More Spanish style. In which the A would be more of an ah. I don't know. I'm not a linguist. And of course, my experience with Spanish is going to be more Latin America Spanish. Right. Oh, beautiful shooting out of range. That might just do it, y'all. That might just be the map. Veltto fighting Calwin there is not good. He's a bit of an unk, but he's still got it. Hey, doing it for us unks. Nothing wrong with that. Grab the road in. Sound barrier coming in from Lucio to try to hold on with a Kitsune Rush. And I think that is just going to do it. Veltto able to go up by several players here in this fight. Rexer falls. Deadeye on the objective from Reich in celebration as Veltto will move up 2-0 here in your lower bracket finals. All right, Eryon, get another bat pick. Volley. Okay, okay. Most tired player in the lobby as well. This Rod's a pick, coming through. All right, try and extend this series back out. All right. What are we getting? What are we banning? What are we banning? First ban is in. It is a Genji ban from Eryon. Then we'll continue to start in the red outlines. Or play in the red outlines, I suppose. It's not like they're going to change mid-map or anything. Take a look at some stats. Do we think Shuichi was able to carry top damage in this map again as well? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. You could just look pretty nasty. Pretty nasty in that Ramatra. Oh, Shuichi does take it. Shuichi does take top damage, just barely. But you did, in fact, have a hell of a map. 21-4. I mean, all of Veltto, except for Reinsch. Reinsch, what you doing? You're slacking with that extra death. I mean, you did have most damage and most elims outside of your tank. So, you know what? We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide just this once. We are Slingshot professionals. 3-2 easy. Yep, Slingshot theory coming in right now. Let's see, we got game invites, which means we have another ban and Genji ban. Oh, come on. Lobby acting bugged. So I can't see second ban. I can't see second ban.
Initiating match.
Okay, it was a mercy ban. All right. I thought they were trolling me. You got it right at some point. All right, we're going with volley. We're going with volley. Volley is here. If that is incorrect, I mean, I'm open to more correction. We'll refine it. I want to get it right. I do want to get it right. All right, let's get it to map 3. Rexter can't mercy. It's over.
4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Lucio says my team is self-sabotaging my OTP. Belay on the Tracer. That's what we're going with. I'm going to say it a couple times so I can get it into my dome. Belay will force out Barry Allen's recall first. A huge advantage in any Tracer duel. You can see the position being grabbed on the back of that. Vale now within striking distance of both supports. Barry Allen has to circle back around and just focus their attention up front. Still marking Valet a little bit. Hey, all the front-loaded pressure ends up working out. Gowan landing the shots, picks up some great positioning here on the top wall. And he's probably just going to hang out there for the foreseeable future. I know I would. Suji had a Maga here, by the way, which, I don't know, I was under the impression Maga was like dead as a doornail. Your teammates no longer get the damage mitigation factor of the cardiac overdrive. They still get the kill, the vampire healing from it. But not providing the team with near as much sustain as a Maga used to. Kind of folded on that attack. Both teams just seem to be kind of focused the tanks at the moment. Ooh. That was a cool little move from Reich. When's the last time you saw a Soldier 76, by the way? That gun looks sick. I like how it's changing colors with the Cosmic on. That gun actually looks really good. Reich, I like your aesthetic here. With the Katsune Rush, the Soldier 76 actually looking kind of nasty. He's gonna go ahead and drop with the attack visor. Oh, but that's an OC from the other side. With Lucio fighting Barry Allen, the overclock fades, 4v4 on the point. Both teams missing a DPS. Shuji in a little bit of trouble, so the sound barrier comes in from Rexer just to save them. Nobody else able to get that beat. As such, Valet's able to find 2 kills. Oh no. Shuji gets stuck on a tree. Good old Tim Smith Sr. was able to push all the way in. GG with a good catch. Gets the drop down onto Ryanch, isolating Lucio. As soon as that started, Veltto hit the disengage. Well, at least Yukage and Ghostic got the heck out of dodge. So Eryon able to win first fight, pick up that initial 40 meters, but the next pair of fights going Veltto, they now have the checkpoint available, trying to hold back bridge. Yukage does need to be cautious of this cage fight. Can't just, you know, drop down hyper-aggressive onto Shuiji. As I say that, immediately jumps down into the cage fight. Here comes a bunch of red outlines to try to see if they can eliminate Yukage. Ghostic throws themselves into the mix to get the Suzu down. Yukage will eventually just get whittled away. Like a riverbed washed downstream. And exactly what I said to be cautious about, Yukage just jumps right into it headlong. Maybe even, it didn't look like a boop. Maybe there was a boop. But indeed, good catch with the cage fight. Oh, Barry's been scouted. Valet also with a pulse. A couple players on high ground. Tried to just throw it on the stairs, but Rexer jumped up on the wall and dodged around that fairly easily, for Lucio at least. Rats coming in to join with their cool-looking soldier gun and some auto-aim to boot, courtesy of this ultimate. Looks like the only target remaining, though, was going to be that Malga. Somehow Ghostic picks up Galwin through that.
The breeze brings relief.
Crossover steps. Barry Allen. That recall's gonna put you behind. Yeah. Did not get the 3 blinks back either. Doesn't quite have flash recall unlocked. So that was a dangerous move for Barry Allen, but they are able to find safety. Continue to work on this flank. Meanwhile, back on the front line. Lead extended here from Veltto. Overrun catches Ryan Suzu not in time to save them with the sound barriers. A quick pair of kills all on the board there from Eryon. Yep, don't forget the bot. Okay, you don't often see a fight here. Both teams just kind of going out into the open middle area. That's an overclock out of Galwin trying to rotate. Ooh, turns to keep Valet off the side. What a shot! Cage fight throw down from Yuji on the point. It's got a couple in it, but with the annihilations, Nukic is, well, lasted longer than expected. The pulse doesn't land, so they're still on 2 feet, despite the consider rush being thrown in from Gralis and the cage fight that's been invested into this. Veltto's still looking 4 strong on this point. Valet was returned to find Gralis, despite going down early in the fight, so make it 5 players on this point here for Veltto. They'll win this fight in the middle and protect their lead. Valet with another pulse. Recall early out of Barry Allen. This time, now they do have the flash recall. They're able to get out of there. Ghostic is going to go ahead and throw that Consumer Rush down low. Rexer gets the beat down, but not in time to save Galwin. But it was an opening pick from onto Yukic, so despite losing a player early, everybody from Eryon is able to find that kill onto the tank. Now it's gotten messy. Ghostic and Valet able to pick up a kill apiece through the messy fight. Ghostic's gonna get another one here underneath. Gets the finish on Yuji as well. The soldier is just everywhere. A lot of consistent damage. It just seems to be all over the place. Love the little rocket jump into the window. Looking to ambush a unsuspecting support in the back line. Forced out of that section, but still early pick. The stick lands, overrun out of Shuji. Oh, just puts themselves right into the beast mouth right there. Into the maw of Veltto. Less than a minute to go. This Consumer Rush fades. Eryon tried to get aggressive on it. Rexer just puts themselves in the middle of a 1v3, trying to find that final blow. Barry Allen is able to move in and eventually pick up a kill. Reich is back here on the point. Is just going to have to give it up. Galwin will get a fight win here for Eryon, but a lot of room to go and less time to do it in. A lot of map to cover. Kitsune cage fight thrown onto Shuji. And an uncharacteristic heavy investment from Veltto. So they just want to end this right here and now, take away the entirety of this map. And not give Eryon any room to get a touch. 10 seconds. There's the over from Shuji. Can they make it? Stopped by the vortex, and that's going to be the map. Veltto will close this one out in 3 and move on into the grand finals to face Super Shy on Friday. The unpracticed, unrehearsed 2 Veltto for anything squad finds themselves in the grand finals here for season 4. Taking on the juggernaut, the Goliath that is Super Shy on Friday. Let's take a look at some stats there from map 3. I said stats. I need stats. Stat. There they are. Yukich does, in fact, come out with top damage in map 3. Ghostic 13 and 4 fewest deaths in the lobby on the carry. Really looking very close as far as stats are concerned. You have a couple players from Veltto, namely Wrench. Is they loving Lucio? Yes. So Wrench and Lucio, oops, go back to map 3, have 6 deaths apiece, which the majority of Eryon have 6 deaths as well. And looking at elims, I mean, slightly more elims, right? I mean, but 19 and 19 if you're looking at your hit scans. 16 and 12 between your flex DPS, 18 and 12 between your tanks, and Veltto ended up taking that. Like, that's 12 for Yukich. So, I mean, looking at elims, like, this feels really darn close. This feels really darn close as far as team fights won. And that's kind of the story of the whole day. I mean, it ends up being a 3, you know, at the end of it, Veltto felt very much in control. You know, they're on Esperanca. Same could be said for Suravasa. Now, Lijiang Tower was very much back and forth. At least until that final map. But on paper, this match was extremely close. Extremely close. Oh, Gollum with the sportsmanship. This is good luck at grand finals. Hope you win. Hashtag Veltto. That is awesome. Awesome sportsmanship. Love to see it. Hell of a season, Eryon. Gowan, y'all had a hell of a season. You know, I mean, you finished 8-8 in the standings for regular season, coming in as the 12th seed into playoffs, and you managed to fight your way all the way, not just into top 3 for expert, but into Master Division for Season 5. I mean, massive, massive congratulations to Eryon. I know you've got to be disappointed in today's match, but overall, spectacular season. Spectacular season. Well done. Well done. Hey, you know, Lunar, everybody likes to cheer for the underdog. What can I say? Everybody likes to cheer for the underdog. You know you're the tank to beat right now, Lunar. You know it. You know it. You know you got a target on you. It's because you're the best in the division. That's what happens when you're that good. That's what happens when you go 16-0. And through the winner's bracket. And through the winner's bracket. Granted, there's been a couple of map 5s along the way. But that's what happens when you go, what are you now? You're 20-0 here in Season 4? That's what happens, Lunar. You're the team to beat. You are the team to beat. And I can't wait. I can't wait